over 17 years of accounting experience working in various industries. I have been a CFO for various companies. So I have a wealth of knowledge when it comes to Airbnb short-term rentals and real estate. I have clients that have up to 80 Airbnb properties. So I am just excited to really teach you all about this industry. And this has been an amazing industry for me and my family.
Yes, thank you so much for that. And I'm so excited and honored. I do want to say this up front to have you a part of my team and my family business, because if I did not have my mom, I don't know where I would be. Her experience, not only in taxes, but like she said, working with clients that have done this before. So although my experience has not been having 80, 100 properties, having that contact to have her as an expert of what to do in the short-term rental industry and the taxes, and I'm just grateful to have you tonight.
Thank you.
My pleasure. You're very knowledgeable. So let's get started. Join us on Instagram Live. Put your comments in the put your questions in the comments below, and just be interactive in this training. We want to get straight to it, give it to you, and answer all of your Airbnb questions. This may be a dream that you may have had. And so we want to be able to give you the blueprint of what you need to do to get started. So you say, why do you need to trust us? Why would you even trust us? Well, hold on one second. We do have a Superhost status experience. Oh, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Thank you for your patience. We do have Superhost. Mom, if you can mute your phone as well, mute your screen. That's what it is. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Thank you for your patience. We do have Superhost. Mom, you can mute your phone as well. Mute your screen. Okay. Thank you for your patience. I am so sorry about that. Alrighty, so we do have Superhost status, and we have worked, like my mom said, she has worked with Fortune 500 companies from UPS to GameStop to several public Fortune 500 companies, and she's grateful for that opportunity. She does have, and both of us combined have 30 years of entrepreneurship experience combined together. Like I said, I have the experience of working in PR and branding, and she has the experience of working in tax and bookkeeping experience combined together. So like we said, we're going to break down what is Airbnb and the short-term rental industry. Airbnb is an online platform for hosts to provide lodging, vacation rentals, and temporary homestays, whether that's being to a family member, and that's how it actually started. It started when two guys wanted to host guests at their property, at their own home, and they wanted to, that's how the idea came about, to go ahead and start a company where they would be able to not even own the homes, but provide lodging for guests around the world. And why would it not be smart to not only have them do it, but other people, just like Uber, around the world are able to travel for your company on your company basis, okay? And so that's where Airbnb started. So now there are millions of Airbnb hosts around the world. Today, it has turned into 4 million Airbnb hosts. On average, hosts earn normally over $7,900 annually, okay? Just think about that, and I'm sure that number has increased today, and it's definitely a lot more, but on an average, hosts earn $7,900 annually, and that's just on an average. Hosts also have earned $110 billion as of October 2020. So this This is a live Zoom training, but I'm also providing everybody on Instagram, everybody everywhere. This is being recorded for y'all. But Airbnb industry is a billion-dollar industry. Be sure to share this with at least 10 people. What is the short-term rental industry? You may have heard it as a rental arbitrage or short-term rental. Well, it's basically a furnished property, an apartment, a condo, a home, a basement, whatever you have to provide lodging to guests around the world. You normally offer short-term stays, or it can be even long-term stays, but short-term rental is what is called short-term. So 1 to 30 days, you are normally lodging guests from around the world. Rentals, someone rents out this property. So it's a short term and it's a rental because your company is going to rent out this property, and this is how we're going to show you that. Sorry if you can't hear me. Sorry about that. So short term rental, that is how we're going to break down how to get into the contracts. Corporate contracts for your business. And then it's an alternative to hotels nowadays. So if you think about it, a lot of people really don't want to stay at hotels. They don't feel comfortable staying at property or in a hotel where it's millions or hundreds of other people. They want to stay in a private luxury home that is their own, especially if they're visiting for vacation. Okay, and this is not anything new. This has been going around for hundreds of years, so it's always been around. But like I said, Airbnb, it started in 2009, I believe, and so they started this company, and now it has increased to millions of other companies. So the number one thing I teach my students is to not only rely on one platform as in Airbnb. There are other competitors out there as in Vrbo, HomeAway, Booking.com, HomeToGo, TripAdvisor, PeerSpace. I really want you to get creative in your marketing on your company, on who you're going to market to. And also, I want you to also learn and keep in mind to market your own website. You are marketing not Airbnb, but you are marketing your own company, okay? Airbnb is just a platform that you are going to host on, but your company is the one that has to pay the rent and has to host these guests, okay? I do see some people waiting. I do apologize if you're just now getting in. I do apologize. I did not see the wait room. So be sure to not only rely on Airbnb, but use your own website as well. So what is the difference? Short-term rental is like I said, shorter stays, normally 1 to 30 days. It's for normally business purposes. A lot of people travel as well for family vacation or military or all those different types of reasons. Like I said, a lot of people travel rather than just thinking of yourself, than you traveling on a daily basis. Think about it. It's a lot of people that's out there traveling on a daily basis. They have to move because of the military, them and their entire family. They may have a company that's changing to different states. They may have a movie that's shooting in an area, and so they have to have their guests staying at the properties. So there are a lot of different reasons of who you're going to host and different type of people. You get to set your own nightly rates, and it's a rental arbitrage. Okay, now long-term rental is a lease agreement, and it's usually 6 months or more, and it's on a fixed income. So think of your long-term rent apartment. You're going to lease an apartment under your personal name, and it's probably $800 or $1,000 a month, and you have a fixed income that the landlord is going to earn. But short-term rental, you're able to again set your own nightly prices. It's no set income. It's going to fluctuate and all of those things, but both in common have cash flow and home ownership as an opportunity. Or you can do this without owning any property. Okay. And so We do have experience of hosting our own properties from 100 to 200 nights, $200 a night with Airbnb, and even more. We have been able to earn more money on Airbnb and Vrbo and different websites and platforms by offering different packages to our customers. Valentine's was a great example where we were able to provide our guests Valentine's experience for him and his wife. Okay, so they were traveling in town, and so we upcharged them $500 off of the nightly rate, an additional $500 to have the entire apartment decorated for him. So Airbnb is not only, like I said, this one opportunity, but you can also turn it into several different streams of income. Okay. And Ms. Brown, I'm going to allow you to take over and start from here.
Okay, thank you. So first of all, before you start looking at doing the Airbnb short-term rental or whatever it is that you want to do, you have to make sure that you choose the right entity. A lot of people, they don't have an entity, just have it under their name. And so, of course, all of the responsibility is off on them personally. Well, if you have it set up as an LLC or an S Corp or a C Corp or whatever, then the liability is shifted onto the business entity. So that is particularly what needs to be done. Because one of the things that I tell people is a sole proprietor is owned and operated by one individual, but what you really have to make sure think about it, even though it's expensive, you are responsible for everything. The liability is solely on you. The business income is taxed to the owner, which is reported on the Schedule C of your personal tax return, and then payroll taxes apply to any employees of the business. A sole proprietor also is going to pay the self-employment tax rather than Social Security. So when you're an LLC, then you want to look at that an LLC is only recognized by the state. So it has some of the same things as it does for a sole proprietor.